We just had a question come in from the audience. This one's actually directed at Ocean. It's great for everyone, but Ocean, we'll start with you. Where do you draw your twisted inspiration?
I find inspiration everywhere. And my problem is I don't have enough time to write all the stories that I get, because I can, obviously look at a doll, a spider, or you name it, and I can make it creepy. So my problem is trying to figure out which one to write next. But I have so many ideas and concepts that my mind just, so yeah, I don't get any inspiration from one particular place. I can look at any item, you name it, and I can write a creepy story about it. I don't know why, it just happens.
And make it creepy, apparently.
Absolutely. Yeah, without a doubt.
Charlotte, what about you? Where do you get inspiration?
Gosh, well, I'm a literature professor, so I feel like I draw a lot from the books I read. But yeah, so just to use my earlier example, Pride and Porters. I loved Pride and Prejudice, and so that was it's not a direct one-to-one chapter thing or anything, but I did draw from that book. And I think Gnarled Hollow is very similar, or draws from my love of Shirley Jackson and Henry James. So yeah, I think a lot from what I read.
Inspiration from literature. As a fellow English major, I appreciate that for sure. Sandra?
There's so many ideas. They're just everywhere. Like my mystery series, of course, came from my love of Sherlock Holmes and wanting to see that done with women. And so there for Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Mary Watson. The thriller came from reading thrillers and newspapers and hating insurance companies. So I wanted somebody to kill off a bunch of insurance executives, and they did. But poetry, like Ocean, you can give me any prompt and I could write something. I just last weekend did a half marathon in which I wrote a new poem every hour for 12 hours. So,
wow, that
they
is
weren't all great, but there were a couple of good ones that I could.
That's the beauty, right? You've got to sort of wade through some that aren't fantastic.
Right.
Robin, your inspiration.
Very similar to everybody that's kind of been the world around, newspapers, and also more like Sandra, wanting to see us on the pages of books that I've grown up with, TV series, movies that I've grown up with, and wanting to see women kicking ass and being the hero and obviously getting the girl.
Love that for sure. Sherry?
Pretty much the same as everyone else around me. I'm like Ocean, though. I can see something and then it's like, for instance, the plot to Burgundy Betrayal, I was riding my bike home from work, my bicycle going through Riverside State Park, which is a massive wilderness area. And I looked down and thought, oh, that's a good place to drop a body. And what would drop a body in a park like that but a werewolf? By the time I got home, the story was all in my head. So and I also have a literature degree. So I have a master's in Gothic literature, and it's been a love of mine forever. So yeah.
And Jamie, I'm not going to make a sex party joke, but where do you get inspiration?
Why not? I'm ready for that sex party joke. A lot of times it's just some little experience. I'm not very good with times, and I got the time wrong. I was supposed to be lap swimming the other day at 11, and I showed up at 10 instead. And I was there for water aerobics. So I'm like, well, I'll do water aerobics. What the heck? And then after the water aerobics class, I'm like, you know what? I could write a story about this. So I think a lot of times it's just some random, because of my life, oftentimes it's a mistake, but some random event that triggers it.